I tie the last lavender balloon to the trellis and step back, admiring my handiwork. The garden looks like a fairy tale. 10 purple place settings grace the long table, each with a matching napkin folded into a tiny swan. The inflatable castle, a small fortune that made my bank account cry, stands tall and proud, its turrets gleaming in the late afternoon sun. On the dessert table, a unicorn cake from a local bakery waits, 10 sparkling candles standing at attention. Perfect, I whispered to the empty air. I check my watch for the 5th time. 3:55 p.m. My mother and sister should be here by now. They promised to arrive early and help set up, but their promise, like so many others, had simply evaporated. The back door creaks open, and my daughter Lily emerges, her small frame swallowed by a brilliant purple birthday dress. "Mom, is it time? Is it time?" she squeals, bouncing on the balls of her feet. Her eyes, 2 pools of anticipation, scan the empty yard. Where's Grandma and Aunt Sarah and Aunt Jess? Did they see the bouncy castle yet? I plaster a smile on my face. They're on their way, sweetie, just running a little late. Her face falls for a single, heartbreaking second before she forces a smile. Okay, I'll go watch for them from the front window. She turns and dashes inside, and I bite down on my lip until I taste blood. I should have known better. The doorbell chimes, and I hear Lily's shriek of excitement, followed by a defeated silence. I rush to the front door, just in time to see her face crumple as she finds only my Aunt Clara on the porch, a wrapped gift clutched in her hands. "Happy birthday, little star," Clara says, bending down to hug Lily. Lily hugs her back but peeks over her shoulder, searching the empty driveway. "Is Grandma coming with you?" Clara straightens up, her eyes meeting mine over Lily's head. A flash of something cold and hard crosses her face before she smiles at my daughter. "I came on my own, honey, but look what I brought you." She hands Lily the gift, a masterpiece of wrapping paper and ribbon. "Thank you, Aunt Clara." Lily's voice is small now, a fragile thing. As Lily disappears into the kitchen, Clara steps inside, her voice a low growl. "Eleanor and the girls aren't coming, are they?" My phone buzzes in my pocket. I pull it out, the screen burning with my mother's text. "Don't be so dramatic. It's just a kid's party. We'll make it up to her at Christmas." Just a kid's party? Just my kid's party? "I take it that's your answer," Clara mutters, her gaze fixed on my face. "I'm sorry, Amelia." The doorbell rings again, saving me from a response. Parents start to drop off classmates. 8 little girls, their faces bright with excitement, bearing gift bags and cards. My neighbor, Mr. Davies, arrives with extra folding chairs and juice boxes. Mrs. Thompson from next door brings a tray of fruit skewers and a knowing smile. For the next hour, I move in a daze, taking pictures, serving cake, supervising the chaos of the bouncy castle. But through it all, Lily's eyes keep darting toward the gate. "When are Grandma and Aunt Sarah and Aunt Jess coming?" She asks for what feels like the 100th time, tugging on my shirt. "I'm not sure, sweetie," I say, my voice strained. "But look at all your friends who came." She nods, running back to the castle, but the weary slump of her shoulders tells me everything. My family had disappointed her before, and something in her 10-year-old heart knew this wouldn't be the last time. My mind drifts to last Christmas, when I'd maxed out a credit card to buy them all extravagant presents, a sacrifice they barely acknowledged. 3 months ago, I covered Sarah's rent when her boutique struggled, a loan I knew I'd never see again. "Amelia can handle it," they always said. "She's good with money." Good with money, as if that meant my pockets were an endless well. Ever since my father left, my mother had treated me like a human ATM. "You're the head of this family now," she had declared, as if his departure was my promotion to financial provider. My phone pings with a new notification. I glance down, and my stomach churns. A post on Instagram from Sarah of her, my mother, Jess, and my cousin laughing over mimosas at a trendy cafe downtown. The caption reads, "Family first." Family first, indeed. Later that night, after Lily has fallen asleep, I'm at the kitchen counter washing dishes. when my phone buzzes again. A new text from my mother. Need $500 for a family emergency. Can you transfer it tonight? The plate in my hand cracks. I stare at the timestamp, 4:30 p.m., right in the middle of a party she couldn't be bothered to attend. Something inside me breaks. A dam I've been patching for years. I set down the broken pieces of the plate, dry my hands, and stare at the message. The time for tears and spreadsheets is over. A week later, my phone buzzes again. It's the family group chat. I've barely heard a word from them since the birthday. The screen lights up with my mother's announcement. Exciting news! Sarah's 30th birthday gala venue is confirmed. A private room at the Grand, $200 per person. Amelia, you're covering Grandma and my share since I'm on a fixed income. Details attached. I nearly dropped my phone. A gala? For a 30th birthday? Jess' text arrived next. Amelia, you're the accountant. Just has handled the deposit. We need it this weekend. It wasn't a request. It was a command. Mommy? Lily stands in the doorway, a teddy bear clutched in her hand. Can you read me a story? In a minute, sweetheart. My voice sounds foreign. I watch her shuffle back to her room, her shoulders slumped in a way that's becoming too familiar. Just like at her birthday party, just like every time my family makes promises they never keep. After her door clicks shut, I open my banking app. My balance stares back at me, $3,500. Every penny earmarked for Lily's braces next month. On the counter sits the stack of medical bills from when she broke her arm 2 years ago. I'd sold my grandmother's only heirloom, a sapphire necklace to cover the deductible. I pull up my budget spreadsheet. Rent, utilities, groceries. The margins are paper thin. We make it work, but there's no room for a gala. The doorbell rings, startling me. I open it to find Aunt Clara on the porch, a casserole in her arms. I just had a feeling, she says, her eyes narrowing as she takes in my face. I wordlessly turn my phone toward her. She reads the messages, her lips a thin line. The nerve, she whispers, her hands clenching into fists. After what they did to Lily. I recount the Instagram post, the missed birthday, the constant financial demands. Clara reaches across the table and squeezes my hand. You don't have to keep playing along, Amelia. You have to put yourself first. And Lily. That night, after Lily has fallen asleep, I pass her room and hear her small voice through the door. God, please make Grandma love me more. Something inside me shatters completely. I pull out my laptop and open a new spreadsheet. I begin documenting every loan, every missed event, every broken promise. I've spent over $25,000 on them in the last 3 years. The realization makes me dizzy. Then a new email catches my eye. An inadvertent forward from the event planner confirms the gala venue was booked 3 weeks ago, before Lily's birthday. They had known all along they wouldn't be coming. The anger rises, not hot and explosive, but cold and clear. I pick up my phone and open my banking app. The time for tears and spreadsheets is over. The next day, I stare at the banking app on my phone, my fingers hovering over the screen. My mother's request for $1,000 for her share of the gala looms in my email. My thumb hovers over the transfer button. One press, and everything changes. I think of Lily's face at the party, watching the gate, waiting for a family who never arrived. I select my mother's account, and I type in the amount, $0. In the memo line, I type, for all my support, paid in full. Consider this my final contribution. I screenshot the transaction and save it to a new folder on my phone labeled Boundaries. By noon, I've made 3 phone calls that should have happened years ago. The locksmith arrives at 2:15 p.m. He changes the locks on both the front and back doors. All set, ma'am, he says, handing me the new keys. No one gets in without these now. While Lily naps, I draft an email to the venue, attaching screenshots proving I never agreed to pay for anything. The manager responds within an hour, apologizing for the mix-up and removing my name from all sponsorship documents. That night, Lily and I sit at our small kitchen table, sharing a pepperoni pizza and watching a movie. She laughs, her eyes crinkling at the corners. This is enough, I think. We are enough. The doorbell rings at 8:47 p.m. Through the peephole, I see my mother, flanked by my sisters. Their faces are a mask of fury. "Amelia, open this door right now!" My mother's voice carries through the wood. I step back as the pounding begins. The new deadbolt holds firm. "Is that Grandma?" Lily asks, her eyes wide with fear. "Yes, but she forgot to call before coming over," I say calmly. "It's too late for visitors." The banging continues. "You can't hide in there forever," Sarah screams. My phone lights up with furious texts. "You're a traitor. You've ruined everything. What kind of daughter acts like this?" Through the peephole, I watch Mr. Davies from across the street step onto his porch. Mrs. Thompson peers through her blinds. For once, I'm not the one scrambling to fix a public spectacle. When the police lights flash, I know they've called the cops. When I open the door, Officer Miller, a kind-faced officer from Lily's school, stands on my porch. "Evening, Miss Rivera. We received a call about a family dispute." I invite him in and show him everything. The texts, the emails, the receipts. The screenshot of the $0 transaction. I've been financially supporting them for years without repayment. I changed my locks today because I'm establishing boundaries. There are no threats, just me saying no for the first time. Officer Miller looks at the evidence, his eyebrows rising. "They're used to you taking care of everything," he says. "Now you're changing the rules. That's always hard for people to accept." He returns to the porch and speaks to my family. A few minutes later, they retreat to their cars. As they drive away, my mother glares at me one last time. After checking the locks twice, I find Lily on her bed, her small legs dangling over the edge. "Mom, am I not important enough? Is that why Grandma and my aunts didn't come to my birthday?" The question is a dagger to my heart. I kneel down, taking her hands in mine. "No, sweetheart. You are the most important thing in the world. That's exactly why I have to protect you from people who don't value us." That night, after she falls asleep, I look at my phone. A text from Aunt Clara. "You did the right thing. They're furious, but truth is on your side." Another from Mrs. Thompson. "Those chocolate chip cookies I just baked aren't going to eat themselves. You fought the good fight today." My coworker, James. "Need help with any projects this week? I'm free." I set my phone aside and breathe deeply. The house feels different tonight. Lighter, as if the walls have stopped pressing inward. I had been so focused on building a family that I never noticed the community that had formed around us, person by person, kindness by kindness. Tomorrow will bring new challenges, but tonight, for the first time in a long time, I sleep without the crushing weight of impossible expectations. My phone buzzes at 6:30 a.m. A new notification from Sarah. She had posted on Facebook. I open it, and a paragraph-long rant attacks me, calling me selfish and a liar. I close my eyes, ready to argue, to defend myself. Instead, I log out of Facebook. I make breakfast for Lily. I make coffee. I read her a book. Later, Mrs. Thompson brings over a casserole. My phone rings with a call from my father's brother, my Uncle Ben, who tells me a story of how my mother had done the same thing to my father, draining him financially until he had no choice but to leave. I look at the new photo on my refrigerator. Lily and I with Aunt Clara and Mrs. Thompson and Mr. Davies and James, all smiling. Below it, a new wooden plaque reads, "Our family." The house is quiet, save for Lily's peaceful breathing. I close my eyes, feeling a sense of peace I haven't felt in years. I know what true family is now. It's not about blood. It's about who shows up. And finally, I had people who showed up for me.